just want to grab a couple of minutes of your time to talk through the relationship between the photographer and the pilot. So I may introduce Captain Andy, who is the head of filming, aerial filming and photography at HeliDubai, senior pilot as well. And we've been working together on creating the content for this book.
HeliDubai has been operated since 2005, and basically it's a tour operator, premier filming and photography company, and also we do corporate and VIP services around the UAE and actually the GCC countries as well. We do quite a comprehensive sort of go through a checklist even before we take off that everything is first of all safe with the aircraft. My job really starts many days before the shoot because I've got to check on airspace, I've got to check on restricted airspaces if we can go in or we have to stay away from certain areas during the actual flight, as well as talking to the photographer, making sure that he's safe. I'm also talking to air traffic control. I'm also talking to other aircraft in the airspace, which can be quite a lot of aircraft at certain times. In addition to that, I'm keeping my altitude as required, making sure I don't fly into anything. Also, it's very important to try and understand what the photographer actually requires before we take off. So if you tell me you're on a 28mm lens or you're a 300mm lens, I know what you're seeing through that, and I can position the aircraft based on all the other factors in the air, other traffic, obstacles, high-rise buildings. Some of the common mistakes that pilots can often make is that they're either too low or they're too high. So for instance, if they're too low, they're not getting that perspective. If they're too high, if you're taking a picture of a certain object, be it a building or something, it's just a tiny little speck, and they don't see that. Obviously then the other issues are such as airspeed. You could be too fast or too slow, because if you're too slow, the aircraft will vibrate more, and then that's creating vibrations through the lens, especially if you're using a wider lens. So,
Motivate Publishing and us have been sitting down and sort of really looking at what are the certain areas we definitely need to cover in Dubai, and so that resulted into a nice 4-page shooting list, which we then sort of went to the next level and then converted that into maps. And what you find here are maps of Dubai, and so this is something we've done together with Captain Andy as well. Well, let's then make a flight schedule, which is the easiest way to work. So we've got a start and finish time, and then we've got a full route mapped out, so from location to location. And then obviously, as Andy mentioned, we're on a flight schedule. So you leave at a certain time, you have to be back at a certain time. So you really have to make sure that you manage your time well.
So I have to again pre-plan before with the authorities that they know the areas that I'm going to be in at certain times, at certain altitudes and certain speeds.
Andy certainly brought in a lot of knowledge and experience to the shoot, which has made it very valuable, and it's definitely shown back on the great photography content we have. So I'd love to thank Captain Andy as well as HeliDubai for making it all work, and looking forward to the next one.
Thank you very much.
Good, thank you.